like and subscribe, and you'll have amazing luck for the rest of the week.
Snakes are fascinating creatures that play a vital role in our environment. These reptiles vary in color, venom, potency, and size. This video, however, concerns itself with the biggest snakes ever discovered. It's nice having you here. Take a deep breath while you sip a glass of your favorite drink as you watch. Number 10. King Brown Snake, 11 feet. The king brown snake can grow as long as 11 feet. Despite its length, it weighs around 13 pounds. This venomous snake lives in scrublands, woods, grasslands, and around central Australia. Despite its name, it has a mixture of yellow and brown scales that helps to camouflage it as it moves its body in the wild, searching for lizards and frogs. This snake species is considered Australia's most venomous snake, occurring in Western Australia, New South Wales, Queensland, and Southern Australia. They're highly adaptable in any Australian environment, except for cold climates and rainforests, and are active during the day and night, depending on the weather condition. Should you want to pay a visit, you'll find them in burrows, rubbish piles, rock piles, and deep soil cracks. A threatened king brown snake flattens its neck, spreads into a hooded shape, and strikes rapidly. They don't wait to be attacked before striking, as they have a record of attacking sleeping humans. Number 9. Bushmaster, 12 feet. If you're familiar with snakes, you've probably encountered Bushmasters either in books or documentaries. Translated as Silent Death, this snake is the largest venomous snake in America, measuring around 12 feet. Bushmasters are known for their coffin-shaped head, which is one of the deadliest in the animal kingdom. They're aggressive and unpredictable when disturbed. Like most snakes, they flee from danger, but would come back at you with some nasty chemicals if you don't allow them to be. Bushmasters are pit vipers, meaning that they use heat-sensing pits on each side of their head as infrared sensors. In Venezuela, it's responsible for 78% of fatal snake bites. If this doesn't scare you, I don't know what will. The color on their back ranges from gray, brown, and tan yellow, with dark brown markings down the back. The belly is usually light-colored with a darker stripe that extends from the mouth's back corner to the eye. The Bushmaster is known by many names in other countries. It's known as Verrugosa in Colombia, Pucara in Bolivia, and Suvacucu in Brazil. Number 8. Boa Constrictor, 13 feet. The king cobra and boa constrictor measure about 13 feet long, but the boa ranks higher because it weighs almost 60 pounds. Newborns measure 2 feet, therefore it doesn't come as a surprise that they make the list of the largest snakes in the world. The largest boa constrictor ever found measured 18 feet. While some of them live in rainforests around the world, others live in America. They're hunted for sale in the exotic pet trade due to their fine skin. Boa constrictors have saddle-like markings on their bodies which vary from dark to light tan. You'll also find some stripes on their head, depending on the species. Their small hooked teeth are used to grab and hold prey. They can grow their teeth if it ever falls off, and their jaws can stretch to an incredible width to accommodate large prey. Like the New World snakes, they live in the Western Hemisphere but can be found on islands in the Caribbean and off the Pacific coast. Boa constrictors are solitary and nocturnal, even though you might find them around during the day. Number 7. King Cobra, 13 feet long. The king cobra weighs around 20 pounds and can grow up to 13 feet or more in length. Not only is it one of the largest snakes in the world, but it also holds the title of one of the longest venomous snakes on Earth. They live around Southeast Asia, India, and rainforest habitats. These snakes are presumably bigger when they stand up or lift half of their body from the ground. It's a protective species in Vietnam and a vulnerable species around the world. Fortunately, they're shy and would usually avoid humans when possible. However, you shouldn't confuse this for weakness, as their venom is the most potent among venomous snakes in the world. The neurotoxin they deliver in a single bite is enough to kill 20 adults or 1 elephant. This toxin causes respiratory arrest and cardiac failure. These species feed on other snakes, including mammals, eggs, and lizards. They're the only snakes in the world that build nests for their eggs and guards it jealously until it's hatched. Like most wild animals, they're vulnerable to extinction, stemming from unfriendly human activities. Number 6. Black Mamba, 14 feet. Black mambas are venomous snake species inhabiting the eastern and central parts of Africa. They measure at least 14 feet long, but their slender body weighs only 3 pounds. This light weight allows them to move their long body at speeds of 12.5 miles per hour. Although they have a stable population, their availability in the nearest future is questionable. Their name isn't derived from the color of their skin, but from the blue-black color inside their mouth, which they display when threatened. They're shy and would prefer to leave the scene when threatened. When threatened, they raise their heads and spread their cobra-like neck flaps and hiss. If the disturbance persists, they'll strike repeatedly and inject large amounts of potent neurotoxins with each strike. Before antivenom was discovered, this serpent's bite was fatal as victims could die within 20 minutes. Residents of rural areas were most affected by this. Urbanization hasn't allowed this snake to thrive as much as it wants to. Encroachment has chased this species from their homes and forced them to mingle with humans. Number 5. African rock python, 16 feet long. The African rock python is among the few reptiles on the planet that weighs as much as 250 pounds. Being Africa's most gigantic snake, it's got a nasty reputation that can be tamed like other snakes in captivity. It lives on the savannas and grasslands in Africa. This 16-foot-long snake is a constrictor, as it wraps its large body around its prey using its powerful muscles. It's almost impossible to survive their grip. Antelopes, warthogs, crocodiles, and other large-sized animals are their favorite prey. On rare occasions, they attack people and invade homes. Pythons have flexible jaws that can stretch wide enough to accommodate bigger meals. African rock pythons lay up to 100 hard-shelled eggs in a cave, termite mound, or animal burrow. Females protect these eggs by coiling around them and incubating them in the process. They're the most primitive snakes as they boast 2 functional lungs and small thorn-like projections on the lower part of their body. They're not good pets, and regardless of how tempting it is to keep one around your home, you should understand that you could be their next prey. Number 4. Indian python, 20 feet. The Indian python grows to a length of 20 feet or more. They weigh around 150 pounds and live in the forests of Sri Lanka, Pakistan, Nepal, and India. They feed on birds and small mammals. Like similar species, they capture unfortunate victims with their strong jaws and wrap their bodies around them to suffocate them. Unfortunately, they're vulnerable because they are hunted for their skin, and they're consumed as food in some areas. Urbanization has led to a loss of habitat as most of them are robbed of their natural environment. This animal is found in locations with sufficient water since they depend heavily on it. Their diet consists of deer, leopards, snakes, monkeys, pigs, rabbits, birds, and other mammals. Their scent attracts prey, and the python can track their movement and kill by sensing their body heat. The primary threat to this animal's survival is agricultural development, as most Indian pythons are killed for their meat or skin. The fat on the skin is used to prepare local medicine. Number 3. Burmese python, 23 feet. Burmese pythons measure up to 23 feet and weigh as much as 200 pounds. This reptile lives in parts of Southeast Asia and China. Like other constrictors on this list, they wrap their muscular bodies around their victim to suffocate them. These snakes wouldn't be around for long, as they are tagged for their skin and food. Habitat destruction has also contributed to decreasing population and extinction in some areas. Burmese pythons are carnivorous, surviving mainly on birds and small mammals. They stalk their prey by using chemical receptors due to their poor eyesight. Constriction is used to suffocate prey, as the stretchy ligaments in their jaws allow them to swallow their food whole. These pythons are only seen together during mating season, after which females lay about 100 eggs and incubate them for 2 to 3 months. Continued demand for this animal in the exotic pet trade has not allowed it to thrive in its natural habitat. These giants are now on the list of threatened species. And to our best pick. Our best selection features a cannibalistic monster hailed as the largest living snake in the world. I'm sure you'll love to meet the green anaconda. Number 2. Green anaconda, 30 feet long. No other snake comes close to the green anaconda in terms of size. It weighs as much as 550 pounds and grows to a length of 30 feet. And this length could be more than that even. If this snake is stretched to full capacity, it can become as long as the average school bus. The snake inhabits the Amazon rainforest and swamps in Brazil. They're carnivorous and capture wild pigs and deer by wrapping their gigantic bodies around them until they drop dead. Anacondas live in marshes, swamps, and streams in tropical rainforests. Although cumbersome on land, they're sleek in water. Their nasal opening and eyes are on their head and allow them to lay ambush on their perceived target. Females give birth to about 3 dozen live young newborns measuring at least 12 feet long. They're typically solitary creatures and would appear only during mating season between March and May. When in the wild, they live up to 20 years. Number 1. Reticulated Python, 25 feet. While anacondas get all the attention, the longest documented living snake on the planet is Medusa, a reticulated python. The animal lives at the edge of Hell-Haunted House in Kansas City and measures 25 feet long. It weighs an astonishing 350 pounds. Whenever it's showtime, she stays still for the entire haunted house performance. She's fed with small deer weekly, after which it bites and swallows it whole. There are rumors of a 32-foot-long reticulated python killed in 1912, but like most snake records, this information is unverifiable. This snake is an expert in lie-in-wait tactics, as it depends on the sense of smell to catch prey. Sexual maturity is reached after 2 years, but they live to 20 years or more. Despite indiscriminate hunting, they manage to maintain relatively large populations in populated cities. There you have it. These snakes aren't settling for less because bigger is better. Which of these creatures have you encountered? Would you mind sharing your experience with us in the comment section below? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tick that little bell for more updates on our latest content. Until another scintillating episode, adios.